I'm telling you, he wasn't wearing socks. You heard right, no socks. I slammed my fist on the table, and the guys in the bar started looking at me like I just declared war on all the sock factories in the world. But let's take it step by step. In fact, this story is not about socks. Well, not just about socks. Your hands, Alex, they come from the same place, Helen, my now ex-wife, once said. Oh, they're in the right place all right. Just not for wrenches, but for business, I shot back, always with a grin, but underneath, hiding my annoyance behind a veil of sarcasm. Helen didn't exactly love working. Fine, I thought, but at least the house was always in order. Cozy, candles, vanilla scents wafting around, and clean shirts in the closet. Everything was just so. We'd been together nearly a decade. No kids, we couldn't make it work, but we had everything else. The country house, trips to Europe, fancy dinners, warm nights under blankets, and our fat cat, Whiskers, who looked like a mini fridge on 4 legs. It was kind of like life for people, you know? Even the breakdowns in the house were on a regular schedule. But then, I started noticing something odd. Have you noticed how everything here keeps breaking down? I asked Helen one evening. Oh, Alex, stuff gets old, just like us. Yeah, sure, but not this old. In just this month, the faucets busted, the locker handle came off, the switch stopped working, a tile cracked, and even the toilet's leaning like some old guy on a cane. It's not just bad luck, it's like we've got a poltergeist. Helen giggled, that sweet little laugh of hers. It's just bad luck, that's all. Sure, it would have been fine if it wasn't always the same guy fixing it. And every time, Helen was over the moon, baking pies, cooking something, playing music, and even the cat, Whiskers, started purring like he'd just been given a lifetime supply of tuna. As for me, well, I'd be at work, wrapped up in a project so big it could have crushed me. 3 hours of sleep, eating in the car, talking to clients on autopilot. Honestly, the house barely crossed my mind. But then, that day happened. It was Friday, and there was a lot of work, but I pulled myself together and finished everything by lunch. I thought, why not surprise Helen and give yourself a little break? So, I took a bottle of wine, some cheese, and a French baguette. I decided that I would come, open the wine, and if I felt uncomfortable, would just say, hey, let's go to a restaurant. Get dressed, baby. I love you. Like that. I get to the door, ring the bell. Silence. I ring again. Still silence. I'm about to unlock it when click, the door opens just a crack, and there she is. Eyes wide like a cartoon doe, hair messily piled up, and her apron's inside out. Alex, what are you doing here so early? Just thought I'd surprise you, bought us some treats. Why don't you let me in? Oh, I broke the plate, and I was cleaning up the glass. And the look on her face. Like something out of a cheap soap opera, where she's just been told she's got to play the part of the woman who's just been caught red-handed. Anyway, I step inside, and there he is. Some guy, around 35, wearing a tight t-shirt, arms like tree trunks, sitting at my kitchen table, sipping coffee from my favorite mug. This is Anthony, Helen said, kind of swallowing her words. The plumber. I call him sometimes. You know, he fixed the faucet and drinks coffee. Hey, he says, his voice like nails on a chalkboard. I just nod, turn around, and head for the bedroom, not saying a word. And that's when I spot it. The bed. The bedspread, usually tucked in like a soldier's uniform, was now thrown haphazardly across the mattress. And there, next to it, were the socks. Men's black socks. And I can tell right away those aren't mine. And that's when something clicked inside me. I stepped into the kitchen and froze. There he was, striding confidently toward the door, each step on the parquet floor echoing like a stage performance. And then it hit me, he's not wearing socks. Wait a second. Why am I staring at his feet? He's got his sneakers in hand, his bare heels practically glued to the floor, and those socks. Left for the bedroom, I guess. I'm sorry. Do you always fix faucets without socks? I asked, and I couldn't believe the words coming out of my own mouth. He flinched, like he'd just been zapped by a live wire. What? Socks, I said, nodding toward the bedroom. They're there, on my bed. Helen was standing behind him, and for the first time in 10 years, she looked completely lost for words. Her face went red, and her lips trembled. I stepped forward, pushed the door open. Get out. Wait, this is a misunderstanding. You forgot your socks. I blurted out in response, throwing my socks at his chest, and with that I slammed the door. The silence in the house was deafening, stretching out for another 5 minutes, as if the air itself couldn't decide if it should keep moving or hold its breath. Then, out of nowhere, Helen snapped. It's all your fault. She shouted. You're not a man at all. You can't do anything by yourself. You buy everything, hire everyone. You can't even hang a shelf. I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of being an ATM with ears. Do you need a handyman or a husband? After that, we didn't speak. The silence between us was thick, suffocating. A month later, I filed for divorce. No dramatic confrontations, no scandals. I was just tired. Tired of the betrayal, of that gnawing feeling like someone was scraping at my soul with sandpaper, and I kept putting up with it, telling myself, it'll pass. It doesn't pass. Later, I heard from friends that she gave it a shot with Anthony, but it didn't work out. He could fix pipes, but he couldn't fix his wallet. Helen was used to a lifestyle that couldn't be held together with a couple of PVC pipes and some plumber's putty. And what now? Yeah, I'm on my own. But you know what I feel? Freedom. Not joy, just a quiet, deep, winter night kind of freedom. Women often say they want a real man in the house. But what does that even mean? The guy who can fix stuff, or the one who knows how to forgive? The one who brings home the paycheck, or the one who stands by his word? Or does it all have to come in one package?